Move the Sticks crew taking a look at a big-time matchup in the AFC. The 7-5 Baltimore Ravens, winners of 3 in a row, traveling to KC to take on the Chiefs. Got to win over the Raiders in Week 13. It's a 1 o'clock matchup on Sunday, one that you'll see on Game Day Live. DJ, I know you're a big fan of the Game Day Live program.
Big fan of the show.
Yes, you are. And one of the matchups, obviously, is how the Chiefs are going to be able to deal with Lamar Jackson, who in his first 3 career starts has now led the Ravens to 3 wins.
Yeah, look, they're running the football really well. And for those who are kind of wondering what is it going to look like with his offense with Lamar Jackson, let's go back and look at what it was before Lamar Jackson, because you really had no run game to speak of. And in the passing game, you're inconsistent with Joe Flacco. So what they've done is they said, okay, look, we're going to become great at one thing. And having been in that organization in years past, and when that organization is rolling, they play great defense, they run the football. And that's what they've got back to here with Lamar Jackson. It's not just his rushing totals you see on the screen. It's the impact he's had to get the rest of that run game cranked up with Gus Edwards. You see them just getting huge chunks on the ground because you have to account for Lamar Jackson in the run game. It's opening up for everything else. Now, they are very one-dimensional, and that's going to be the challenge going against the Chiefs is can their defense keep them in check, keep the game close so the Ravens can continue to rely on that run.
Would love to see some of those explosive plays that John Brown was able to provide in the early part of the season. If Lamar Jackson can figure that out, man, that makes a nice 1-2 punch with the ground game. They've been averaging over 250 yards a game on the ground. Now, for Kansas City on the defensive side of the ball, look, they let the Raiders put up 30 on them in Week 13. They have, been susceptible to, offenses that can put points on the board. And now, with this Ravens team, I imagine we're not going to see the Chiefs employ the too deep safety look with Lamar Jackson like the Bengals did, right?
Yeah, the old Bengals defense.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that, and you see that number. The interesting thing, the thing that should be alarming, you look at 122 yards allowed. A lot of these games, the Chiefs jump out to such a big lead that teams are forced to abandon the run. So I think this Ravens defense can hold the score down. And that could be really troublesome here for this Chiefs defense because the Ravens will be allowed to stick with that run game in the second half, something not many teams have had the luxury of doing.
And if you listen to the Takeaway podcast this week, you heard me say it. Compliments for the Ravens complimentary football, their brand of football. That's what's been working these last 3 weeks. No coincidence that the run game has kind of brought this defense back to life as well, a little bit more fresh, and that's why I am picking the Ravens this week to go into KC and knock off the Chiefs. Who you got?
Well, that's pretty bold, but it's really not that bold because I'm going to say the exact same thing. I think the Ravens go in there. Think back to that game between the Cowboys and the Saints. I know that was a home game for the Cowboys. We saw great defense trump great offense. I think we see the same thing in this one. I think the Ravens' defense is the story of the game. They limit Pat Mahomes, and they get it done.
Click here to subscribe to the NFL YouTube channel, and click here to subscribe to the Move the Sticks podcast.